everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker! Right, okay, I was half chuckling as I was saying hello there, simply because I've only just got up, like, about half an hour ago. I'm still a bit groggy, and the first thing that came to my mind this fine Saturday morning was, you know what, I fancy playing a session of Pathfinder Kingmaker. So, and I'm laughing to myself thinking, what on earth is going to happen today? Because I'm still wiping the sleep from my eyes. It's very rare that I record this early, but I don't know. I just got out of bed and thought, you know what, the first thing I want to do today is record some Pathfinder. I'm right in the mood to have a bit of a blast at this game. So here I am. Anyway, stream tomorrow, Sunday, is going to be more Pathfinder, simply because I'm out all day and have no time to prepare my scurvy dogs, so that's rather upsetting for me. So I'll defer the stream of Monkey Island until Monday, because I'm working from home Monday, you see, so I can actually do my preparations before Monday's stream now. For that. So yeah, we'll get some more of this tomorrow for those of you watching this on time, so it should be good fun. Anyway, in the last session we finished off by trying to find some gems. Ill-gotten gains springs to mind, but hey, Elquist, when he wants to, is capable of turning a blind eye to a crime or two if it benefits him, and this potentially could, from one of our shady artisans. Anyway, after the last session, I off camera, I kind of thought, you know what, I'm just going to have a quick wander down the south, because the game mentioned the southern border, and there was an area kind of down here that I was trying to get to, thinking, can we get down here? I don't think we can, but trying to get down here, we uncovered Dragonleaf Gulch. Now, I did debate whether to wait until the next session to start here, but I thought I'll just have a look at what it is, and it wasn't anything massive. It was just one killer plant that we've killed many times before, very low level. And but lying in a pile, and in a heap, was Ollie, unfortunately. But more importantly than that, oh dear, more importantly than that, was also lying by his side was his chest of genuine gemstones. So, you know, happy days and all that. But we're a little bit torn. Do we go straight back to our artisan and give them the ill-gotten gains, and leave the wife of Ollie, who has a child, of course, as well, to wonder what happened to her beloved, or should we do the good deed and at least let her know? Now, I'm sure these two would be trying to impress upon us that we should do that. Maybe even him too. Not probably couldn't care less, and well, we know what Reggie would think about this situation. So, in a bit of party pressure, perhaps, we gotta let her know. You know, we're not going to give her the gemstones and go too far, but we've got to at least let her know that her beloved is, unfortunately, dead, to put it bluntly. So, opening gambit of the session, really, is we're going to have to now travel all the way back. We don't have to, but we're going to travel all the way back to Lake Silverstep Village. We've got until the turn of the month to worry about the kingdom management stuff, so we've got plenty of time. And then that's going to be the rest of the session. Now, the question is, why am I recording a session where we've got nothing to do other than kingdom management? The simple reason being is because, why not? I thought I'd give you a bit of a change of pace. For those of you that want to stick this on whilst you're cooking, cleaning, you don't have to watch, you can just listen, like some kind of crappy audiobook. Right, anyway, let's carry on. Because I know some people might choose to do that. I do it occasionally. I put my favourite Football Manager streamer on and have him in the background whilst I'm doing other things, because there's certain things you don't need to see the screen for. You know, you can just listen, and hopefully I will be speaking in enough detail for you to catch the gist of what's happening. Right, anyway, so for those of you that aren't watching the screen, here we are across our skeletal salesman once again, who we are going to go shopping with now and see if he's got anything new in his stocks, and also sell some crap that we may have picked up, like this padded armor +2 and this agile short sword as well, for a whopping 5,000 gold pieces. Now we have something called an axiomatic flaming short sword, flaming falchion. What does axiomatic mean? Never seen that description on a weapon before. Oh, it's infused with lawful power. Law aligned. Deals an extra Extra 2d6 points of damage against chaotic creatures. Let's not have that in the party. I mean, imagine if Fedoran cuts himself on this weaponry. As a chaotic man, his finger would fall off. Right. Let's not do that, shall we? Any daggers? We don't want a punching dagger. He never has any decent daggers, this man. Or this skeleton. It's a shame, really. Necrotic Vicious Scythe. Some great weapon names here. The Speed Bleed Spear +2. Bleed out your opponents twice as fast. Speed Faebane Heavy Flail. Heavy Shield of Elemental Protection. That's more commonly worded. Elemental Protections. Banded Armour of Greater Acid Resistance. I mean, look at them. Then we get into the cheaper stuff, really, aren't we, here? Scrolls. Greater Reach Metamagic. Oh, that's one thing that we could do with Donfear. Is get him some metamagic stuff on the go. I've never done that yet in this game. Create metamagic spells. Anyway, we're going to just sell that 5,000 coins worth of stuff and not buy a single thing. Why not, says the skeletal merchant? There's plenty here. I've got new stock since the last time you came. Why are you not buying anything? Your Highness. Why? Because I'm penny pinching. Lizzie chirps up. Yeah, but you've got, haven't we got like 180,000 in the treasury? Shush. Quiet, Lindsay. The grown-ups are speaking. It's like when, oh, I forgot where I was going. It's like your kids. I was a sucker for this. And now hear me out. You know, as a child, you just speak the honest truth. You don't have the wherewithal at a young age to understand, you know, what people are doing and why they're doing it. You just call a cat, a spade, and black is black and white is white as a child. There's no context. You don't have the development in your brain to reason properly and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, so you know, you're with your mother or your father who's maybe made a promise to go and visit somebody that they've not seen for a while, and then they know they're kind of changing their mind about seeing this person because they can't be bothered or whatever. And then, you know, they take you shopping, and then you're by their side, and said person is in the supermarket at the same time who your parent was supposed to be visiting yesterday or the day before. Your mum and your dad's like, oh, hello, Jane, Sandra, whatever, Jolene. I couldn't come yesterday because, I wasn't very well, you know. Oh, so sorry about that. And then as an innocent child, you weren't unwell, you were fine. Shut up, child. I'll give you a good old slap in the face or something. You know, as you undermine and basically accuse your parent of lying. Yeah. So that's what kind of happened there. Why was I making that point? Why was I relaying that story? I can't remember now. It's too early. Something to do with the skeleton, right? Oh yes, us. That was it. Lindsay. Lindsay's like the child, and Elquist is like the parent, and we're basically saying we're skinned, and then Lindsay saying, "No, we're not. We've got 180,000 in the coffers. Shut up, Lindsay." There you go. Anyway, Erlene. We've returned, and in his best kind of, you know, bad news delivering tone and look, looking as somber as possible, announcing that he found Ollie's body, and also, you know, sorry for your loss and all that. Facing palms, she's we're not, as I said, we're not giving away the chest of gemstones, but in a strange, I don't know, a strange act of goodwill. I don't think it's a strange act of goodwill, because it's you know, I think Elquist is not a monster, is he? You know, he can be occasionally slightly greedy and stuff, you know. He likes to spend frivolously on things such as brothels, but, you know, he's not a tight-fisted person. And given that Ollie has obviously sacrificed himself to bring illegal gems to one of our artisans who now we're going to profit from, we kind of feel a little bit bad. And this is one person. This is one person whom probably, you know, like a 2 gold a week stipend to keep her going and for life would barely touch our sides of our great expenses, you know. So we're actually going to pledge to support her through the hard times. I think we are. We could give her a one-off payment, but do you know what? We're gonna try to sate our feeling of badness here by throwing regular money at her, because that'll make the problem go away. Clearly. Thank you, Your Highness. Oh, it actually comes off my BP each week. And so it should. Because there should be a material consequence to that, shouldn't there? There's me thinking that this money was going to come from a magical money tree somewhere. It's actually going to come out of my BP. I would rather it have come out of my coffers. BP, I mean, technically speaking, BP is money, because we can buy BP with cash, I suppose, but that's a bit more. I was like thinking 2 gold a week or something. 1 BP is like what? I can't remember. It's more than 2 gold though, isn't it? Oh dear. Right, okay. Thanks for not letting our children starve. Oh my god. I just shot. Oh, Elquist, what have you done? Valerie wasn't watching you here. You could have maybe made a one-off payment of 50 gold or something. There you go. Make it last. See you later. Oh, 1 BP a week. I'm quite horrified. Okay, this whatever she makes with these gemstones better be bloody kick-ass, I tell you. Costing us 1 BP a week. Oh, this is what happens when you play a game when you barely woken up. You make stupid decisions. Yeah, it wasn't my fault. As I say, it's never my decision. It's always Elquist's. It may look like it's me playing, but hey, it's not. Oh, what have I just done? I'm merely an observer in this grand scheme. Right, we've been playing 10 minutes, and what's happened so far is I've rambled on. I've given you some stuff, give you a story or two, and we've ended up losing 1 BP a week. Great start to the session. Right, let's get ourselves back home.
Would be nice, don't you think?
Before anything else happens to us. Oh, right. Let us coop ourselves up in Topcliffe before we are allowed to lose more cash. This is what happens when you end up with a fortune. You become a little bit less aware of what the value of the true value of money. You just flitter it away. Because why not? We've got lots of it. It's fine. Well, got 180,000 according to Blabbermouth Lindsay. Lindsay in future, but I'm trying to negotiate. We just be quiet about how many coffers we have. It's not public knowledge. Next time I'll have to slap your legs. Right, okay, so let's go across to our artisan here. It almost seems uncouth for a king to be running through his own streets, but hey, it's the kind of king Elquist is, you know what I mean? Happy go, look at that hat, we need it. That if you give me a hat, I'll forgive this transgression. Right, announcing that we have found these gemstones. Now, as I said, this better be worth it. We have literally made a great sacrifice to our coffers for this. It'd probably be cheaper to throw money at it from the start. Anyway, she grabs the chest out of our hand, almost greedily. Oh, none are missing. What a relief. Rest assured, I can strike a deal with my new partner. Come back in a week and I'm sure I'll have good news for you by then. You better do, the king's saying, and trying to sound as stern as possible. You know the trouble I went to get these stones? Make sure it's worth my while, he says, spins away, his cloak billowing in the wind. For dramatic flair. Crown almost flying off. He turns so sharply. Right. Your Highness. Yes, that's right. Bend down on one knee when I approach. I've had a bad day and I want to see servitude. I want to see people queuing up to visit my... Retreat. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I want to see. I want to feel like I'm in demand right now. I've had a bad day. Oh, the power you have as king, right? I'm getting into the kingly mood for the upcoming CK2 series. Getting my leadership head on. Right, okay. This is Lynxia. The Order of the Rack welcomes you, king. Black-skinned woman slightly bows. Her carefully shaved head we've noticed, apparently from our chair. What a very carefully shaped head you have. My name is Lynxia. I come from the distant land of Cheliax. Cheliax? Chandra throwing a piece of parchment at us so we can read up on what the hell Cheliax is all about. Oh, yes. Just bear with me. I'm just getting a history lesson here. Yes. Read at your own leisure, of course. Right, okay. Yes! Cheliax you come from. Please carry on. Yes, well, we have come from Cheliax in search of a dangerous criminal who is hiding in your barony. She just stands tall and almost motionless. Okay. She's looking at us intently with watchful black eyes. I'm glad that we have met, and I believe the rule of law in your kingdom is not just empty phrases. I hope for the cooperation from your subjects and you personally. Contrary to her words, her face does not express any gladness at all. The corner of her mouth twitches slightly, betraying carefully concealed discontent. And Elquist is quite a perceptive individual. We'll give him one thing. When it comes to judging and assessing people, quite perceptive. When it comes to trying to find loot on the floor, not quite so perceptive. But hey, you can't be an expert in everything now, can you? Tell me more about this Order of the Rack. We are the Hell Knights. Knightly orders with unit focusing. Okay, so they're do-gooder paladins, basically. They're Valerie on speed. We guard law and order. Legitimate authorities can rely on us entirely. Criminals tremble when they hear our footsteps. The Order of the Rack is a union of the Knights of Cheliax, led by hatred of idleness, worthless philosophy, and useless knowledge. Indulgence leads to lawlessness and insurrection. You're speaking to the wrong person about overindulgence, love. We seek out any manifestations of dissent and burn them, be they books, scientific treatises, or those who create them. She sizes us up. How dare she? It's in your best interest to maintain friendly relations with us. Trust me, King. Okay, now, we really don't appreciate this tone. I don't appreciate the tone. Can't you criminals with it? Burning books? You're burning any of my books. And don't forget, Chandra's by our side, probably stopping us from being too, non-diplomatic here. Well, okay, fine. I think if you've got nothing interesting to say, let's remain silent for now. She's looking at us, we're looking at her. It's a stare down. It's a standoff, sit-off here, because we're sitting, well, standoff. We're king, we don't stand. But yeah, there's some confrontational glares and glances being exchanged as the silence permeates the air, save for the crackling fire, brazier, nearby. The rest of the council hold their breath intently, sensing Elquist's edginess. They know he's affronted, they can tell it from his face. They've seen this look many a time already. Who is this fugitive you're looking for? A dangerous pirate, a murderer, and a rebel named Darvan, the dashing Fairwood. He was found guilty of inciting a rebellion and murdering a noble lord in Cheliax. The law of my order is unwavering. The punishment for such crimes is death. Darvan's rebellion took place in Cheliax 3 years ago. The Order of the Rack quickly suppressed it. The participants were jailed and the instigators quartered, but their leader, Darvan, managed to escape. I have followed his trail for a long time, and now it has led me here. Is it so? Well, whilst you're in our lands, apologies, I will oversee this investigation. So is there anything I can help you with? I and my knights are perfectly capable of finding and eliminating one criminal. Your help is unnecessary. If you want to help, do not interfere. Ooh. I don't like her tone. Ooh. Now, as much as we probably want to scream, get out of my pub, get out of my kingdom. Good old Peggy Windsor here. Get out of my kingdom. I think, in the grand scheme of things, maybe Chandra, I would imagine, would probably be, maybe, you know, she does think about the greater relationship situation amongst the different areas and stuff, doesn't she? She'll probably, you know, just advising caution here, perhaps. Do we want to draw the ire of Cheliax on these knights when we really don't have to? Yes, they'll conduct their investigation and they'll be gone soon enough. Fine. Conduct your investigation, but if I get wind that you are doing things that are not in line with my law, I'll have something to say and do about that. Thank you, your king. Your grace, or whatever. Your good will mean... Your goodwill. There is a lot of... You struggling with your words there, Lynx, yeah? You're not surprised that I have allowed you to investigate? Get yourself to the... Oh, you don't do indulgence, I forgot. Sorry about that. Right, there you go. Deal with the devil. I mean, to be fair, he's a murderer. We don't want to be accused of hiding such riffraff. Right, the Twaos, part of the... I say part of the main quest, but this is the kind of thing that happens when you get to a stage of the game where you're kind of between chapters at certain periods of specific timestamps. You get quests that prop up, and this seems to be one of them. So we just need to await the conclusion of our investigation. Yeah, we don't like her, but hey. Oh, it's a visit early in the week as well, so... We got 35 days, so 15 days, I think, until the... 15 days, is that all? Until we get the first trigger of the curse. I think it comes at day 20, if I'm not mistaken. So I think we've got one more thing that we can do. One more time skipped... kingdom management task. A 14-day task, and then we can pretty much... get ready for the build up to the new chapter, I think. So let's take a look at what we want to do here. Group of Hell Knights has appeared. We've dealt with them. Research into the Tartuk curse. Octavia has obtained a success. It appears at Tartuk. Let's read this properly if we can. Can we read this properly? Of course we can. Oh, because there's not much more to say, that's why. Right, Tartuk has been cursed. Very little actual magic seems to have been put into the curse. How such a meagre magical force could have such binding and dramatic results is beyond comprehension. Still, this research has advanced our magic, knowledge into the arcane, which is very good. Right, okay, so... Oh god, we've got quite a few little things. We've got a new economy quest. We can build another town. Oh, yes! Rebuild one of your villages into a lively town. Right, we can... Take 7 days, that one. Rebuild one of your villages into a lively town. I'm thinking of building... That's another good point, actually. We haven't visited... we've obviously... I wanted to put this as to the next town, simply because it gives us it's towns where we can build a teleportation tower, and we want to be able to teleport over this side. It's not urgent yet, though, because we have no reason to teleport over here. Plus, I don't think we have enough buildings placed in this village for it to be upgraded into a town yet. For us to be able to upgrade this to a town, I would prefer to put a dance hall down as one of the buildings, which we can't do because our overall kingdom isn't chaotic yet. The kind of time check for the kingdom to change hasn't happened, so we need to wait for that to happen before we can expand this to a town. What I'm trying to say in a long and convoluted way is we're not going to do this just yet. Okay, there you go. Right. Let's have a look at what we're looking at here. So, Mendev Crusaders. Opportunity. We're looking at problems only to start with. The Truth of the Blade. Everyone's busy on that one. It's a problem. Any that need to be dealt with, like, massively urgently? Problem. First of Saranith, a War of Shadows. We have no advisor for that, which means that we are missing one advisor. I thought we had a full contingent. We don't. We have 9. I think there must be 10. So we are lacking one more advisor, apparently. We can't do this opportunity, not bother. This is going to expire in 3 days. I don't think we have anybody coming back in that short period of time, so that's going to have to. It's going to have to miss, unfortunately. The Truth of the Blade. That does say the 1st of the 6th, but there is a glitch with the timings. So there is a glitch with the timings on some of these cards, where it says 1st of the 6th, it actually means 1st of the 5th. You've got to keep track of when these actually came up. Not that I have done, because off camera I suffered from that glitch. She's basically distressing our people. She's terrorizing our people. Aggressively interrogates your people, greatly distressing them. Well, we knew there was something about her methods. We did warn her. So if we ever are given the opportunity to interact with them again, we will not be best pleased. Right. Seeing as we have nothing else to do, we shall... I mean, ultimately, if we were to use Rigognar for this opportunity, because of his massive strength stat, he is an absolute badass at resolving problems. 100% the past 3 that he's done. So, waiting for him to come back in 9 days to do this one, if this is indeed the 1st of the 6th, will probably be better. But I'm not sure that this is definitely the 1st of the 6th and not 1st of the 5th. It's just an error with the date. So, we'll risk it with the storyteller. We don't use crisis points for opportunities, because you can't fail them. Or you can't suffer negative effects, at least. You can still fail them, of course, but you don't suffer detriment for failing an opportunity. Right, the rest of these we can't do, so that's fine. So we've got an opportunity to skip 14 days to get us close to the 20-day mark. So there's 2 things we could do. We could do 2 lots of 7-day ones, or 1 lot of 14. Now, one thing that I do want to do is this region one, the Silver Shield Fortress. It's 7 days, it's quite a lot of BP. So what we need to do is we need to buy BP. Maybe about 351, because hey, that one always is there, just annoying me. Then we need to come out of the table so that we don't lose those points, because this is what happened when we suffered a glitch, unfortunately. Lost a lot of BP that we purchased. So now now the game registers, we've got 698. So now we will do this. So this is 7 days, 200 BP. We've got the use of Ecundio to help us, and we can basically restore the Silver Shield Fortress in the Diana Marches, and that should open up the restoration of the Road of Shields project, which sounds like a good thing to happen. And we failed the War of Shadows because we didn't have the appropriate advisor, so hey. Makes me think that we could have that advisor by now, surely. But we also didn't assign an a person to this opportunity, and there you go. It's a magical place. The ancient curse is upon us. The attack from the Bald Hilltop is expected in 2 weeks. Okay, so now we've got to be careful. She's still terrorizing our people. This we still don't have thingy of yet. Restoration of the Road of Shields. This is it. 1000 BP. A bold and daring creation of the region's dwarven settlers. The Road of Shields has still idle for centuries. Stood idle. Still idle? Stood idle? 20 economy, 10 stability and relations, 5 extra BP per week, and any situations resolved by the Warden or the Treasurer in all Nile marches get a +3 bonus. I mean, this literally is like, yep, we have to do it. 1000 BP. How much is it to purchase 750 BP? 60 grand. Has to happen. Only he can do it, though. No, that's the wrong one. Let's start this again. Let's start this again. Kundio, 90 days, 1,000 BP. It has to happen. I mean, the 5 BP per week, that's a significant, let alone the stat bonuses and the +3 bonus for the other stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. Right. Okay, so that's 7 days past. Now I'm a little bit torn here. The rest of these we're not interested in at the moment. I've looked at all these previously. They don't hit the mark. This one we will have to wait for. So the other 7-day one that we could do. We can't really rank ups because they're 14 days. Because we could have done a 14-day rank up one. Like the Arcane, we don't have any ranks in that at the moment. So, but now we're kind of a bit torn because this one's here. I don't know whether now is the time to skip any more days or should we address that now? Here comes Mim Wobblegander giving us some stuff. Thank you very much, Mim. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's go pay early in a visit. We've skipped 7 days, of course, which is one of the benefits of doing that little mission there. We're less than 100 grand now, you know, people. We've got 90 grand in the coffers all of a sudden. We feel a bit flat broke. Where did you meet Darwin? Speak or I'll skin you alive! No, I don't know. I don't know anything, I swear. I've never heard that name before. Please don't beat me anymore. What's going on here? This woman is suspected of having links with Darwin. We know that he bought food from her. I'm telling you, I don't know who that is. I've never seen him before in my life. Please, save me from them. One way or another, I'll soon find out everything I need. Stop this immediately. I didn't give you permission to beat my subjects. It seems I was right in my suspicions. The rule of law in these lands is just a bunch of empty words, worth no more than a wooden coin. It's not surprising, seeing their ruler's weak will. Oh, you tried my patience one time too many. I'm so tired already of this charade. Guards, seize this woman. Do you know what? Yeah, we could go on questioning. She's insulted us in our own throne room, glared at us, and now she insists on instructing her minions to beat and terrorize our people. Well, do you know what? I've got out of bed the wrong side this morning. I'm not having it in my lands. I'm not having your slander. If a gaze could incinerate, there would be a handful of smouldering ash right where you stand. Hell Knights! We're leaving. We'll continue our investigation somewhere. Yes, ensure that you do, because next time you come here, I will not be quite so amicable. Don't get in the way of the order of the Rat King. This is my final warning. We gave them the benefit of the doubt initially to conduct their affairs, but they've overstepped the boundaries. My people shall have my protection. Yes, they are trying to find a criminal, but there's ways and means of finding out those things. It doesn't involve harassing my people. Sure. This is what happens when we're not in our. This is what happens when we're not in our keep with Chandra to keep us in check. You see, we're on our own this time, without the restraints and the shackles of the glaring eyes of the council, and we could really speak our mind. Oh, wait till we go tell Chandra what's happened. Where's the Hell Knights gone, Your Grace? Oh, I threatened to have them seized, and now they've gone. Excuse me? Yes. Don't worry, I dealt with it. Right, here's back to Erwin again. Greetings, Your Highness. You've come to fetch your order, right? So here's the thing. I sent the gemstones to my partner as we agreed. Now, it turns out it's not enough. He wants something else from the stolen lands. You see, magic artifacts gatherers need extremely rare ingredients at times, such as a unicorn's horn. These animals are rare. They don't come along very often, and many people consider killing them for their horns to be pretty bad because of their intelligence. You're not someone to be stopped by petty superstition, are you? Yes, very well. I obviously know full well we already have a unicorn horn in our chest. Such is my good memory. So, yeah, where will we find it? Basically, neutral evil action. It's not neutral evil.
In due
I'm
time.
like 90% sure we've got a unicorn's horn already. Neutral evil action. To be fair, we could probably do with a few more evil acts again, because we're our deal with the devil. Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, so let's get ourselves inside here. Yeah, we could do with a bit more evil stuff going on, because we're at that stage again where we are. Where did we find it out? Character screen. There we go. Well, actually, we're in the chaotic zone. Chaotic good is fine. As long as it's chaotic, we can have our dance halls back. That's all we care about. What was I doing? Oh yes, it's coming for a unicorn horn. The horn of the great unicorn. There you go. You see, I don't think we killed a unicorn to get that though. So we weren't bad. It was just
not far.
I'm sure it was lying in a chest somewhere or somebody's body. We didn't kill a unicorn. I don't recall killing a unicorn. Have we just blocked that out of our memory somehow? Nah, wouldn't do that. We found it. Hell Knights are not the most courteous guests, are they? And the Hell Knights from the Order of the Rack are the vilest of them all. So this is the Darvan that they were... This is the Darvan that they were clearly looking for, who has a tricorn-style hat on his head. It's the first thing I noticed. He looks very much like Fedoran from this angle. Do I recognise you, Darvan, from somewhere? I don't think you do, your highness. Oh, perhaps. A strange dream, maybe. A tanned skin, and Fedoran is also tan-skinned, if you remember. But he wasn't a half-elf, though. And he's a fellow half-elf, which instantly wins true with us, you know. A bit of commonality here. Looking at us respectfully, which is a good start. But with a smile on his face. My name is Darvan. Ah, Darvan, is it? The rebellious murderer that Lynxia is searching for? That Darvan? Yes, I am a rebel, a murderer, a pirate, a renegade, a smuggler. And I have lots of other scary titles. If you listen to Lynxia, I'm evil incarnate, baby eater, your worst nightmare come true. If the end of time should ever come, it will be because of me and me alone. Of course, all of Lynxia's accusations are false. That is to say, they are not entirely true. It's true I'm involved in the story, but my sins are not so great as they are thought to be. Well, please do go ahead and indulge me with this story. It's not as if I've got much to do running a kingdom, but hey, I'm here now. It is a long one. So long ago, too. I don't even know where to begin. Okay. Although, I guess you're only interested in the things I've been accused of. I did, in fact, kill a Chelish noble, and I did participate in a rebellion. But all of this happened by a total accident. I was captain of a ship that sailed the inner sea. We traded with those who were stronger than us and raided those who were weaker. Just regular pirating life. One day, you see, this is definitely Fedoran. Fedoran was the captain of his own ship and everything, I'm telling you. This is Fedora. He's come to greet us. Just regular life, man of my profession, yes. One day we stopped at one of the Cheliax ports, and that's when it all started. I caught sight of a certain Chelish noble who for a long time had been number one on my kill-on-sight list. So I challenged him to a duel, and he was too stupid to refuse. I dispatched him, only then to learn that he was a distant relative of Cheliax's crown prince, and besides that, the lord of the surrounding lands. And, of course, no one in the area was at all fond of him. After his death, a rebellion broke out. It's nothing new for Cheliax. As his accidental killer, I was named the rebellion's leader, but I assure you I fled the first moment I could, and leapt upon my ship and set sail. A month later, I found out I'd become the main reason for a great tragedy, and an enemy of the Chelish people. It does sound like quite an unfortunate twist of events. So what did this Chelish noble do to make you so angry in the first place? Once, long ago, long before all this rebellion nonsense, I used to be a simple sailor who served the Taldorian merchant fleet. Good old times. The blazing sun overhead, salty taste on your lips, the squawk of seagulls calling you forwards, ropes squeaking in the storm as you fight against the sea itself. Winning in the end, of course. And the line of the horizon, the land on the horizon. You know that tonight you'll have a mug of rum in one hand and a smiling girl to share it with. Oh, well, we can be down with a bit of drink and frivolity. Elquist can't help but smile back. But all that came to an end when once a certain Chelish noble decided that he liked our goods, but didn't like our fleet. I survived the battle, barely. Clinging to a piece of driftwood, lost on the open sea like me, I swore I'd have my revenge. So I decided to become a pirate myself. A pirate captain, as need be. You can't always get what you want, you know. Unless you're me. I think I've heard enough of this tale, Mr. Darwin. What exactly do you want from me? I'm glad you asked. I've so much to offer. You see, I'm rich, and I don't mind sharing my riches with those who can help me with my troubles. Lynxia, on the other hand, will give you nothing. I doubt you'd even say thank you. I know where she has set up her temporary camp, in a secluded lodge on the edge of the southern Nile Marches. Go there, convince her to stop chasing me, order her, kill her if needed. It shouldn't be difficult. So what do you say? Do we have a deal? It's one thing casting them out of our lands. It's another thing actively going to kill them on the word of some random stranger we've met in the street. Now, we could take the completely neutral stance, but, that would then lead to, things happening outside of our control, whereas we might be able to have some control if we convince one side to vanish, perhaps. I'm quite tempted to go and speak with her. We don't like her and her minions. But I think Elquist is convinced that he can convince these guys to leave peacefully. He's overconfidently relying on that fact, so we're going to go and do it. But first of all, though, we don't want to just jump to this man's tune. We're only doing this because we don't like them. This Lynxia lady and her minions. You figured you'd buy me out, did you? So easy am I to sway at the sight of gold like I'm desperate for it? Why not? Everything and everyone has a price, just a matter of negotiation. Is that right? So how much do I cost, by your estimations, then, being king of this entire realm that you're stood inside of? Oh, it's fine question. I suppose 10,000 gold coins. 10,000 gold coins? If you're going to get my services, I'd be thinking more or less along the lines of 20,000, just for a start. If only my situation weren't so critical. Fine, I accept your terms. Do we have a deal? Okay, so 20,000 for a bit of a conversation, an aided conversation perhaps with some Lindsay courage and buffing and whatever else we can muster. Yeah. Fine, I suppose I'll put in a good word or something. Leave it with me. I've been known to, talk my way out of paper bag on occasion. Oh, a lie deal. No, we'll deal. We'll help out. Lawful neutral, that's good. So glad to hear it. Please, deal with Lynxia as soon as possible. I'll find you after you resolve the situation. That's Fedora personified. He's more Fedoran than Donvir is. Right, okay, let's have a look at this. I can't even remember what we were going with, why we came out here in the first place. Right, simple favour. Oh, we came out with the unicorn trophy horn, didn't we? That was it. That was the one. Okay, so we'll do this, and then we'll go and speak with Lynxia to finish the session off. If that devolves into a brawl where we have to kill her, then that's, it'll be self-defence, I'm sure. Open warfare with Cheliax? Well, it won't be open warfare if they don't know what happened. And how are they going to happen if we kill them and remove all the evidence? It's just an unfortunate incident. I mean, our land is plagued by monsters and bandits, isn't it? Anyone could have killed them. Right, handing over the unicorn horn. Oh my! I never hoped to hold such a rarity in my hands. Thank you, Your Highness. I'm sure we can make it this time. I'll keep you abreast of our progress. Thank you. Ooh. We're done. We are done indeed. Right, what does the quest say for deal with the devil? Right, yeah, she's going to leave our barony in ruins, so basically we have to deal with her come what may, so we might as well get paid 20 grand for the pleasure, right? 20 grand? We've just forked out on restoring the shield road, so, you know, it's not quite 90 grand or however much we put into that project, but 20 grand will go some way to recouping the losses and at least tip us over into the 100,000 mark, because anything less than 100,000 gold coins starts to make us feel flat broke at this point in time. Right, you know what? Speaking about Fedoran, I think Donfit's going to have to make a return here. We'll have to do a compare and contrast if we come across Darfur in this quest line. What's she doing? Alright, what am I doing here? I don't know. What am I doing? Yeah. We'll stand them side by side. We can do a compare and contrast. Right, we're actually over the 40-minute mark, 45-minute mark, but it's a 50-minute mark here. So we'll end the session after this particular quest. And then the next one, we'll be definitely starting the Ancient Curse Part 4, which will be cool. Let's just quickly do a couple of things here. Right, she's now gone. Lynxia still interrogating our people. Ancient Curse is coming. Yeah, that's fine. Right, where are they? Oh my god, it's quite far away. It's 23 hours away, in fact. Okay, well, needs must. I want to be careful here because we need to be ready to. This is our final chance to prepare. It's expected in 2 weeks, and Lindsay wants to talk. Yeah, because at a certain time, we'll start suffering penalties to our land if we don't resolve the kingdom management quest that eventually crops up, and I think it crops up at 14 days. Okay, yeah, it's definitely not going to crop up now. I think the game is just giving us a warning that it's happening. So I think it's either 20 days or 14 days. A specific kingdom management quest will pop up that we have to resolve. If we don't resolve it, we'll suffer massive penalties. So we just need to be ready for that to crop up. But in the meantime, we've got Hell Knights to deal with. I'm hoping that we can actually buff ourselves before speaking with Lynx here, because I think we are going to need some kind of maybe an intimidate check or some kind of a check at some point during this encounter. So here we go. Nope. Nope. No, it's just there's no helping out here. Just going to have to rely on his pure skill alone. No. King Elquist, how did you get here? Who told you about this place? I demand answers. Book burner. Ah, well, as rightful king of these lands, I believe I don't have to explain anything to you, do I? Let's be honest now. Not this time. The interests of the Order of the Rack demand a straight answer to my question, and I will have it the easy way or the hard way. Well, given that I have routinely, if you haven't already heard, conduct grand tours of my lands to ensure that my people are fine and dandy, this is just a random happenstance event. I came to the secluded lodge to see this tavern keep here to make sure that everything is okay since the last time I was here. Nothing more than that. Pure chance, actually. Oh no, you won't avoid the question so easily. Hell Knights to battle! Great job, my friend. I doubt anyone else could have managed to distract Lynxia for so long. Now all that's left is to finish her off. Oh my god, he's come out of the shadows and stabbed her in the back! Treason! To battle, Hell Knights! Keep Darwin alive, but kill all the rest! Holy shish kebab, this has escalated quite quickly. Knights of the Rack, here's Darwin. Oh, it's all descended into chaos here. What have you done, Fedora? What have you done, Elquist? Kill Lynxia first, quickly, people. Don't fear, step away. Damn, this is not the end! Hell Knights, cover my back while I retreat! She's off! Not a portal, is it? Holy shish kebab, we've got trouble here! We have got trouble here, big trouble. Right, Doggy, you're going to have to take these guys down. Ecundio's going to have to pull back. Dogfish pulling back. Tristan's going to have to pull back. We've got Lindsay who'll also going to have to pull back. Jesus Christ almighty, this is looking pretty bad. Right, about a controlled fireball. It doesn't hurt friendly characters. Oh, it does actually. It just lessens the effect of... But an AoE here right now would be so good. We could probably make it so it doesn't hit any of the barkeep and stuff. We don't want to injure anybody unnecessarily here. We'll stick it right there, I think. One from you, and probably one from Tristan too. Double control fireball, definitely will cause some chaos here. Meanwhile... Oh yeah, look at that! Look at that! We've absolutely blitzed it! Right, let's take care of... Okay, we'll go here. We'll go here. Oh boy. Holy cow! And Elquist, he's not messing about. He was straight in front and centre. He really disliked the Hell Knights. He completely charged in head first, much to his own detriment here. But hey, can't fault him for his willingness to get stuck in. That's one thing about Elquist that we've always seen. He doesn't shy away from battle. Hello, Davin. Don't just walk away from me here. Okay, so he turns and graces you with a shining smile. I thank you for your help. Without you, I'd never have been able to deal with this fanatic. I hope you'll forgive me for the little show I took the liberty of putting on. After all, the results weren't bad, wouldn't you agree? A little bit underhanded. Now we can compare and contrast. Where's Donfear? He's there. Look, there he is. Oh, there he is. Look, who looks more like Fedoran? He's wearing purple. He's got a tricorn hat, which was probably one of Fedora's favourite. Who is this? He's an imposter. He's really here. Look. 20,000 gold has been handed over. Okay. Seems I owe you an explanation. Again. That's the beginning. It's beginning to become a bit of a habit. Okay, please. First of all, take the agreed sum of money. You've earned every last bit of it. Okay, explain yourself. This is what, again, as I said to you previously, this is the second time I've said it this session. This is what happens when Donfear conducts business. When Elquist, sorry, conducts business without the help of his advisors. You do remember the whole story I told you earlier, right? About the duel with the Chelish noble and the rebellion which followed his death. Well, the whole story has one little additional piece. Well, not so little to be precise. His name is Mammon. Ooh. And he's one of the archdevils, the Ardent Prince, or so I've been told. He's made a pact with me, and I'm having trouble upholding my side of the bargain. And his patience is growing thinner by the day. That Chelish noble had a pact with Mammon too, which I expect is commonplace for the Chelish nobility, and the noble was in no hurry to fulfill his end of the deal either. By killing him, I earned Mammon's gratitude, and he offered me a similar pact. A handsome sum of gold, and my cherished dream come true. That's what he promised, so how could I say no? And how exactly did you make this pact with Mammon? You do remember the whole story I told you earlier, right? The duel, the Chelish noble, and the rebellion? Okay. Oh, I thought you were going to tell us specifically how the pact was made. Right, fine. So, what is this pact? What's it all about? What's the point of it? I'm to become a king. No more, no less. The subjects of my kingdom are supposed to worship Mammon as their official deity and pay taxes to his temples. It's not so difficult a task, I suppose, especially if you've the money for it. The only problem is Lynxia. The moment I lay my kingdom's first cornerstone, I'll become an easy target. She'll instantly find me and promptly introduce me to all her torture devices. However, I fear that soon I'll have to take the risk of establish my kingdom nevertheless. Mammon is growing restless, and in the end, I'd rather risk facing Lynxia than challenge him. Ah, well, that's obviously stating the obvious, so, well, what exactly do you want now? I think I've upheld my end of the bargain, and I really don't wish to be dragged any further into this mire. Ah, but you have already started. Help me get rid of Lynxia, once and for all. Of course, your help will be amply rewarded. I can be very grateful. Oh, God. So, technically speaking, if we help him with this, he'll probably become king of a land that's we might be able to trade with in the future. And we've already started this affair. We've already drawn Lynxia's ire, so is there any way for us to be completely neutral at this point? No, clearly not. So, again, in the absence of Chandra presence here, we do have some of our advisors. We kind of feel like we're already too far down this rabbit hole now but for us to turn back. Fine. It's not as if I haven't already set the wheel in motion, is it? Excellent. In that case, I'll establish my capital immediately. It will be a thriving trading hub, and its king will count himself in your debt. You won't be disappointed. You have my word on that, and I always keep my promises. I hope the same can be said about you. I'm here, aren't I? Says Elquist before he turns on his heels and walks out. After bowing, of course. Await further developments. Jesus. What a mess! I can just picture the proper full plate. Look at these helmets. I mean, they don't confer any bonus, but they look pretty kick-ass, don't they? Yeah, let me just collect all this crap first before I continue on my explanations here. There's a fair few things to sell here, which we may have to do to recoup some more losses about the Road of Shield that we... How much are these worth? 5? To be fair, we're going straight back home, I think, so we could probably just take them all. Sorry, people, I don't know what I'm doing. I told you, it's still early. Right, okay, so, yeah, I can just picture Dumra's face as she comes out of hiding from behind the bar. Why is it every time you come here, there's drama? Ah, I see. Yes, well, it's the nature of the beast, Dumra. Don't worry, I'll pay for the repairs. And the cleaning bill is fine. Right, okay, so there you go. To be fair, quite a lot has happened in this session that I never expected, so this is pretty cool. Another testament to this game is that, yes, once again, I just thought I was going to sit here just to a bit of kingdom management. No, we've entered up into being dragged down a mire by Fedoran's doppelganger. Right, okay, so we have to wait for developments into this one, which probably won't take too long, I wouldn't have thought. But in the next session, which will be a stream tomorrow, we shall see what happens next. We've got more regions to upgrade, potentially. We've got curses about to land on our doorstep. We've got a deal with the devil to conclude, and probably the start of a new chapter. So it'll be quite a nice little session, I think, in the next one. So, yeah. Can't wait for that. But anyway, hope you have enjoyed this. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I've thoroughly enjoyed this one. It's brought me round. I'm going to have a cup of tea, get changed, and go about my business today. But yeah, hope you enjoy. And until next time, I'll see you soon.